Coming up on Tekzilla, Pogoplug. Can you build your own personal DropBox? A lightning round of tech questions, 2 bargain bidding sites you might want to avoid, and a little help putting your microphone in the right place. So get yourself a big bowl of Cheetos and pour yourself a tasty beverage, because Tekzilla starts now. This episode of Tekzilla is made possible by GoToMeeting.com, Netflix, and GoDaddy.com. I'm Patrick Norton.
I'm Veronica Belmont.
Welcome to Tekzilla, hands-on reviews of the latest tech and how to make the most out of the gear you've already got.
Whether you're a beginner or tech support for your friends and family, if you've got a question about tech or the secret ingredient in a BLTA sandwich, we've got an answer for you.
And if we don't, we'll track down someone who does. By the way, a BLTA is a blat, and a blat with Swiss cheese?
It's a blast!
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Oh.
Any exciting tech this weekend?
Interesting tech this weekend. No, I was actually relatively tech-free.
Really?
Yeah, I went down to San Diego to visit some friends. And
they have technology in San Diego. They have the internet there.
No, that is not true. No, it is actually
true. Were you
off
the internet all weekend?
I was off the internet all weekend. I checked my email like once or twice on my iPhone, but I didn't look at a computer. I used the Twitter a little bit.
Did you go 48 hours without a video game?
Oh, yeah. I did not play a video game from like Wednesday night until I still haven't played a video game yet. Well, it's only like 5 days, so.
And you got home like 2.5 hours late.
Yeah, we had a delay coming back from San Diego.
That's epic. That's big for you. Did you go outside?
Yeah, I was outside a lot. I ate a crap ton of Mexican food. It was great.
She went outside. She did play a video game.
Yeah, I went to the beach. We walked around the beach. It was nice. It was like, ooh, fresh air. What's that like? So yay. What have you been up to, though?
I've actually been dealing with a flood of questions about reloading equipment. I actually asked some questions on Twitter about reloading equipment. And also I got a bunch of questions this morning. Walmart announced that they're buying Voodoo, which is an online streaming website. Basically, they stream video. I'm getting a ton of tweets about that. I love Netflix, but Voodoo streams astonishingly good 1080p video. They do it basically to Blu-ray players and HD TVs. They do it from a host of vendors. Pretty much, I want to say everybody but Panasonic and Sony. Personally, I'm hoping Walmart grows the company to the point where they push Netflix and Amazon to stream more HD content. They've got amazing compression technology, and they've got studio and consumer electronics relationships. I want to see where it all grows to. I want more, better video streaming online.
Nice. Oh, and hey, in the wow, how the heck did that site get so freaking huge? Twitter is now carrying 50 million tweets a day, up from 2.5 in the beginning of 2009.
Which was up from like, I think 300,000 or a couple 100,000 the year before that.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
They did a graph, and the graph is like, la, 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 la,
it's like the hockey stick.
Yeah, and then the hockey stick shoots to the ceiling.
Oh my goodness. And they're not counting spam either. That's all like actual real people tweets.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to know how they do the methodology on that. Like, if they can not count the spammer stuff, how can they, why am I still, there's like been a new form of spam. You don't want to
It's gotten better with me lately, actually. I've somehow managed to not get as many spam replies as I used to. Now I'm getting replies about the Netherlands TV station called Veronica. And so I learn all about my programming.
Well, apparently
all the time. Like I played Back to the Future the other day,
really?
and I played I can't remember.
Why did you play that movie? Apparently, there's a Brazilian rapper named Tekzilla.
Yes. Oh, I definitely know that. I see those responses all the time. I'm like, we are not rappers.
There are no milk jugs
We could
in
try
this
to rap
yard.
about
what
technology, but
creepy.
no one would enjoy that.
No.
That'd be terrible.
That would be funny, actually. You getting your hip hop on. Hey, if you've been using InfoWorld's Windows Sentinel, Office Bench, or any other variation of Devil Mountain Software's Clarity Suite, you might want to take a moment to uninstall it, completely uninstall it. It turns out the whole EXO Performance Network that Randall Kennedy who's like an IDG writer, has been using it to pound on Microsoft. Well, it turns out they leave a couple ports open in your system, which is probably nothing intentional, but oddly enough, it was run by the IDG writer that trumpeted the info it gathered all the time, while apparently also acting as Devil Mountain CTO under a fake name. Creepy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So all of this heavily quoted information from this third-party company was actually kind of one of the writers at IDG was one of the principals. They have severed their relationship.
Ouch.
Completely, utterly, and totally.
Oh, but I hear you've been scooping up some of the cheaper tech products at the drugstore once again.
I couldn't resist.
What'd you get?
Well, not just Walgreens. I was in Lowe's trying to find plastic storage buckets, and I found more useful stuff instead. I don't know if you've ever seen this, the Jupiter Jack. A couple of people have actually emailed me about this. As seen on TV, you can see the little logo on there somewhere. You know, quality product.
There's stores that just sell that stuff. I went to a store in Monterey one time, and all they sell is stuff as seen on TV.
Do they have Snuggies?
Yeah, oh yeah, they had everything. They had the Magic Bullet that you can make like the drinks and
What's the Magic Bullet?
It's basically a mini blender, but it's awesome.
Well, okay. I don't know if this one's awesome. For the money, Blue Ant Super 3, the best hands-free speakerphone I've ever tested. Decent audio, decent voltage. Basically, it deals with the incredible noise both inside of my truck and the Subaru. Even my mom likes the way it sounds when I call, and she doesn't really like me using the cell phone at all. She really wants me to have a landline in the truck. Unfortunately, I keep leaving it in the wrong car, and then it goes to play dates with my son, and then if I'm really lucky, it actually stays hooked up to the visor, doesn't end up shoved underneath the back seat or under the dog or in the dog's bowl. Or my personal favorite so far, actually he's been shoving pennies into the CD player. So I got to take the entire dash
That's
apart
not
to do
good.
that. So enter the Jupiter Jack, on sale, $9.99 worth of hands-free calling wonder. This is the actual Jupiter Jack.
I bet that sounds wonderful.
Oh, it sounds thin, reedy, and not even as good as a typical FM transmitter
Where's
from
my
your
sarc
iPod.
mark when I need it? Could you read that sarcasm in there enough?
There's a little sarcasm in there. Shockingly,
mark.
the mic actually sounds pretty good. It got the thumbs up, the not impressive thumbs up, but the thumbs up better than just using the microphone on the speakerphone in the car from Mr. Roger Chang, producer at large. So I actually decided to pick up a couple of them and stuff them into my truck as emergency devices.
Oh, nice. So in case you forget your Blue Ant.
Well, yeah, which I have done repeatedly because it keeps going places I don't. Actually, they have a ton of adapter for different phones you can plug in there. It is not the most elegant device. You also may notice that I've managed to crack the screen of my iPhone again.
Wait.
Again, second time in 2 months.
Wait, again?
Again.
Again?
Look.
You did that? How? It's worse than last time.
Yes, it is.
What did you do?
Apparently, I needed an excuse to do a roundup of iPod cases. That was the other thing we were talking about on Twitter this weekend. So
I can't believe you did that again.
I've got Magpul's iPhone case.
I'm taking things away from you.
No, you're not taking this
I'm
away from
taking
me.
it away from you.
Oakley has one. Of course, I'm going to get the Defender from OtterBox, and we're going to see if we can get that crazy nanomolecular technology one in from Britain.
See, the rest of your phone, that was fine, and it's lovely gadget phone case.
Well, the gadget phone case is cracked in at least one place. But yes, the back of the phone is okay, but I need to protect the screen, obviously.
Yeah.
And the dog was not involved. I don't know how I dropped it. And yes, I probably should have my tech taken away.
All right, well, back to
But it works. It actually doesn't, it doesn't sound great. It sounds like a bad FM transmitter, but it's also a really tough FM radio environment in my Subaru. On the more fabulous side of things, 360 Electrical, they came out with basically jack replacement covers last year, and they offer up rotating outlets. So this time they actually have their rotating outlet, so you can hear it there, right?
Yeah, the crotchety.
Yeah, it rotates like
Clankety-clack.
360 degrees. And they actually have a surge protector built in and a ground detector. So you remove your cover plate off of your outlet, you screw this in place, you have 4 outlets, basically up to 15 amps of power handling, and you can basically scooch everything around until it all fits.
Awesome, because I hate when you have power strips and you've got these adapters that are just like, you know, they cover like 3 different power plugs.
Yeah.
So you can't get everything in there. But this is perfect because you can tilt it to the right direction.
And it's a good fit under a desk. We both live in San Francisco where they put like 1 outlet in every room. So you have a lot of places where you walk into somebody's house and you see like the 15-foot extension cord going around to that pile of equipment and the other 15-foot extension cord going around to that pile of equipment and the other 15-foot extension cord like running to something on the ceiling. I have seen somebody stapling an extension cord to the ceiling. I left the house before it burned to the ground. But it's actually not bad. It's $15 and I like the fact that it's an easy way to put a surge protector on everything. So if it fits in our weird little outlets in my cubicle, this is going into my cubicle now.
Ooh, nice.
Don't tell her CTO. And while Lowe's was out of stock in the stackable buckets I wanted, they did have the usual stack of Velcro products,
Oh, I
including...
lost mine.
Yes, well, somebody stole mine. Here, you take
Can
the
I have
gray.
one? All right,
I'll
don't
take the... See, this is what
lose
happens.
this.
I get 50 of these for like $6 because I got to redo the toddler proofing on the wiring for the home theater system, and every time I bring a bundle of them to work, they disappear. Just like that. At least I know where they went this time.
Yeah. Well, you gave me ones last time we talked about them, and
Is that where
I
they
brought
keep
them
going?
home.
Are they all in your house?
No, you just gave me one roll, and
They're
I brought
all in
them
Ryan's
home.
desk, aren't they?
No, and when I went to go, when I put together my new desk like a couple months ago, I was like, oh, I'll just use the Velcro thing so I could tie all my cables together, and I couldn't find them anywhere, and I was flipping. I tore the house apart
Check
looking
Ryan's
for them.
desk.
I know.
They're totally in
gone.
Ryan's desk. Unless they migrate around the house. By the way, I don't know how it is by you, but our local Lowe's has some really nice cabling gear in stock. Ratchet crimpers, coax strippers, a pretty good range of ideal equipment if you need to relocate your cable modem, which I did after replacing my like 6-year-old Linksys cable modem that's been quietly wincing in the corner of my house.
Oh yeah, did your internet get any faster?
I haven't decided yet. It didn't get worse, which was a big plus, but I'm waiting to I need to call up well, I guess there's still Comcast for me. They may be Xfinity in the future, but I'm not sure if it's Xfinity. Yeah, that's a tell you, everybody
Can we
loves
just talk about how stupid that is? It is so
That's not stupid, it's rebranding.
Okay, well, there's no hope in rebranding Comcast.
Hold on. Facial expression reaction. We got get the camera on Veronica. Get the camera on Veronica. Let me say 2 words to you. Now pretend you've never heard this word before in your life.
Okay.
Xfinity.
That's so lame.
Okay. Comcast.
I can't see. It's not going to work.
Comcast. You love Comcast.
I hate Comcast.
You have a great customer service relation with Comcast.
All right, fine. So I don't hate Comcast. They've done some annoying stuff in the past. You know, the service has been iffy from time to time. They do a great job of customer service on Twitter, but it's not the kind of customer service that's going throughout the rest of the company.
4 million followers on Twitter?
But no, Comcast talks to everyone.
Okay.
They help everyone out. It's not just because I have a big Twitter following.
That's cool.
Like they actually legitimately try to talk to everyone that has a problem.
I am standing
down.
They're
a task force.
I am happy for them.
I mean, they've been to every major social
cares.
media event talking about the effort they've been making in the social media space to try to help customers. And that's great. But I don't think it's the mindset that's trickling up into the larger organization. And so that's the problem. I understand the whole rebranding kind of thing.
They're starting the whole Xfinity thing. I wonder if NBC Universal is going to become like Xfinity.
It's just a joke. It's like Xfinity. That's like the stupidest name It's so like Xfinity.
You know what it means is there are even fewer names than on the internet than there were in like 2000 when stuff like Snapfish and Rocket Weasel and.
Anyway, that's how I feel about that. If you'd like to hear more opinion, you can listen to the Buzz Out Loud episode I was on last week when we talked about it.
Anger.
Anyway, if you run a business that depends on far-flung colleagues and clients across the country or across the globe, getting enough face-to-face time can be a real issue. Travel is expensive and time is short. So, what do? Why? You turn to our sponsor, GoToMeeting. With GoToMeeting, you can turn your PC into a virtual meeting room. Work and meet clients no matter where they are. You can meet face-to-face virtually with voice and chat. So, you can improve communication and strengthen relationships. Plus, you can share out your screen to demonstrate ideas, concepts, and product, or collaborate in real time with attendees on presentations, documents, and spreadsheets. Worried about eavesdroppers or hackers? Don't. GoToMeeting meets some of the most stringent security requirements, so you can be confident that your meetings are kept private and free of any prying eyes or ears. And it's so easy to set up. Attendees don't need to sign up for the service to join your meeting. So cut back on the air travel, hotels, and rental cars, and try GoToMeeting free for 30 days. Just visit gotomeeting.com/Tekzilla. That's gotomeeting.com/Tekzilla for a free 30-day trial.
Welcome to this week's Freebie Download Pick, a free program that we find useful, fun, or incredibly interesting. This week, the Live Linux USB Creator. Linux is a great operating system for any PC, and with the right distro, you can boot Linux straight from a thumb drive without messing up whatever flavor of Windows is already on your PC. Well, I've been obsessed with live booting Puppy Linux lately. Live Linux USB Creator, aka the Lily USB Creator, gives you the tools to create a bootable USB Linux install from any popular flavor of Linux. It can even create persistent storage space so you can save and retrieve data from the thumb drive every time you use it. If you feel a little more adventurous, you can even launch Linux and Windows with an included version of VirtualBox. So if you've always wanted to play around with Linux without committing your hard drive to it, serve it up on a USB drive with the Lily USB Creator.
One of the most popular questions we get here at Tekzilla is, how do I access my files when I'm on the go? One method that I've been testing out for a while now is the Pogoplug.
That's the new Pogoplug.
This is the new Pogoplug, yeah. So
it's pink.
It is pink. A few quick things about it that, if you've never seen one before, though it looks like there is not actually any kind of hard drive built into here. There's no storage in the actual Pogoplug.
Okay.
So it's not, it's a NAS, but you actually hook it up to external drives that you already have.
Hence the USB ports.
Hence the 3 USB ports that are right here. So what you do is you plug it into an outlet, connect your Ethernet cable to your router, and then connect an external storage device via one of the 3 USB ports. Then you just log into my.pogoplug.com and activate the device. I set mine up at home in literally a minute.
A minute.
Like that. as long as it takes you to plug these things in and go on there and say like, look for the new device on the network, and it finds it, and then you're good to go.
So could I do like 4 USB drives on that?
Yeah, I think you could. Well, you could do 3.
I think is there one.
There's one on the front too. There's one on the front, but there's a 3 in back here. Yeah, I have just a tiny little 2 gigabyte USB thumb drive that I've plugged into the front of mine, and that's perfect for just throwing a few files up there. And
cool.
yeah, but you could do like a 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte drive and have access
Fire
to
up
all
the
of those
Drobo.
files all the time. This is the second version of the Pogoplug, and it's had some nice features added actually. It does automatic syncing with selected folders on your computer. You can drag and drop music and photo slideshows.
It really is like a DropBox a lot.
It really is, yeah, except with unlimited, you pay once, and then you get as much storage as you happen to have at your disposal. It has an automatic address book. It does video playback of movies from the Pogoplug on the web or streaming to a mobile device.
Nice.
And it also has support for Xbox and PS3 streaming.
So basically it works both inside your home network and over the internet by logging into the My Pogoplug website?
Right, so I can show you on my computer here. So I've pulled up the Pogoplug page, and you can see the files that I've got on my Pogoplug device. So I made these folders here, so you can see like music. When I click on that, you've got some tunes, which we can actually play. We'll play Colton, because he's the only one who won't sue us if we play it on the air.
We hope.
We hope and pray.
Please don't sue a super cool nerd music guy.
Yeah, and then eventually it pops up. It depends on how fast your internet connection is, of course. See there, the little player comes up at the bottom. Woo! So you can stream that, and then you can also access the same stuff on your phone. I'll show you that in a little bit too.
Speaking of DropBox.
But we've got the movies. You can play some movies.
So you could use this for your iTunes collection or your Zune or pretty much anything you want to share inside or outside of your house.
Yeah.
I like it.
And you can share with people too. So you can actually go to that address book feature and pick the files that you want to share with different people, and then have like multiple people looking at different files at any time. And then they can
Wow.
download those files if you want them to.
Can people upload files to you on it?
I'm not sure. I think you might have to. I don't know actually if other people can upload files. I don't know if they can. They can share their files with you if they have a Pogoplug account, but I don't know if they can actually upload it into your hard drive space. I think only you have access to that. And another cool thing is that it shows up as drives on your computer too. You don't have to use the software because you can access everything over the web, but if you want to be able to have it show up as an external drive on your desktop, you can just install the software. It works for Mac, PC, Linux, pretty much anything.
So setup on this is pretty painless. It's what is it? $130?
Yeah,
It's
the
much
new one.
fancier than the original one.
Right. The older one was just plugged into the wall.
It was like a little white outlet. That
It
plugged
was
into
a
the
white
wall.
rectangle that plugged into the wall, and it worked great, but it didn't have as many USB ports on it, and also it kind of took up a lot of space on the wall. This one you can kind of fit wherever you want to, and you've got the long cable that you can use, and it's got this really interesting design. This is where your little cable management system going on here, which is super nice, and it looks like a little spaceship. I'm kind of into it.
It's a big design change from the first, because the first one was kind of like,
We have this cool Linux software. We're going to throw it on whatever we can get from like Chinese manufacturer X. This is like actually has design to it. Anything so Mac, Windows, iPhone.
Right, yeah, we should probably talk about the specs a little bit. It does USB 2.0, pretty much all the drive formats. It does NTFS, it does FAT32, Mac OS extended, journaled, and non-journaled, ext2 and 3. Operating
Linux
systems, it works on pretty much all the Windows, OS 10, 10.5 and above, Linux. Yeah,
it's a
so
pretty open platform, though.
it works, yeah. As long as you have a pretty good network connection, it should do you just fine. What I love too is it has an iPhone app. It has apps for pretty much all the major phone operating systems: Android, iPhone. I'm pretty sure BlackBerry, Palm.
So you can play like your pictures and your videos over your probably your audio. Can you
Well,
play
that's
video?
one of the best parts about it is that you can actually stream video from your Pogoplug
So it's
at
like
home.
Orb.com built into a box.
Right. Yeah. The app is actually really cute too. So you can see my drive here. It loads up all my stuff. It's best if you have Wi-Fi, obviously. Let's see.
Our Wi-Fi here in the studio has been hating on us as of
Yeah,
late.
it's not the best. You can see there, hopefully my little movie will come up. Sorry, my screen is so schmutzied. But I can hear it playing. It shows a little preview. The video has been a little dicey for me. I've tested it with a couple different file formats, and I have to play around with it a little bit more to see what file formats work best, especially for the streaming on the iPhone.
Well, video is also really frustrating because if you have a really high-res HD file at your home server, it's got to go up from your home server to the internet, which is usually a really slow connection, then across the internet, and then down to your phone. It may not be the Pogoplug's fault. We need more upward bandwidth. We need more, it's the uploads from
the
my
music
system
too.
is a nightmare.
I mean, that song came up right away, about as fast as my iPod would have pulled it up
I like that.
regularly. So if you've got...
And we should point out, this is all coming from Veronica's Pogoplug at
this is
her
obviously
house.
not this one. This is set up in my house, like in San Francisco, like a good ways away. 2 miles away or so. So all that's traveling over those airwaves and coming back down right into my little iPhone.
I like that thought.
Yeah, so it's a good device. I mean, like I said, it's going to run you about $130. You can get them anywhere. I think Fry's is carrying them now.
Really?
So if you don't want to order it online for some reason, you can go pick it up at your local Fry's. I think they're looking for more retail distributors.
If you're on the East Coast, you've probably never heard of Fry's. If you come to the West Coast, go to a Fry's while you're here. It's a unique experience.
Yeah, but it's a great way to not only use it as a NAS and get all your content wherever you are, but it's also a great way to share files and stay on top of your content.
I have figured out one way that DropBox has it beat.
What?
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes.
If that's in Veronica's house in an earthquake, who knows where it's going to end up. So definite thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
You're using it, you're living the Pogoplug lifestyle, you're into it.
Indeed.
Have you gotten rid of your Dropbox yet?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, picking movies to watch at a local rental store sucks. At least it does in my neighborhood. They got no selection if you don't speak Mandarin or Cantonese, which means they don't have the latest action titles or even the latest art film titles. So, look, picking something to watch shouldn't be painful, which is why I love our sponsor, Netflix. They're the world's largest subscription service for streaming movies and TV shows right into your house over the internet, and of course they deliver DVDs and Blu-rays by mail. Now, for just $8.99 a month, you can get unlimited TV shows and movies streamed to your PC or Netflix-enabled set-top box, and you still receive unlimited DVDs delivered quickly to your home with no due dates, no late fees, and no postage fees. Now, for a couple bucks more a month, you can get unlimited Blu-ray deliveries too. Now you can even browse, search for movie recommendations based on your own preferences, foreign, family, action, comedy, horror. Look, obscure stuff you've never heard of. I love the fact that documentaries I can never find even in San Francisco, Netflix has in stock and they get them to my house. Now, if you get an Xbox 360 or a PS3, you can get Netflix streaming straight to your console, and coming this spring, Wii owners can get in on the same deal, although they're not going to get the HD because a Wii is not HD. Want to score a 2-week free trial membership? I think you do. Go over to netflix.com/Tekzilla. That's netflix.com/Tekzilla. And do me a favor, use that Tekzilla URL so they know we sent you.
Looks like it's time for another website we just can't get enough of. A website that we just can't stay away from because it's too useful, too funny, or just too darn irresistible. This week's pick, Code Organ. Ever wonder what your website sounds like? Now, thanks to Code Organ, you can find out. According to the website, they analyze the body of your website and translate the code into music using a pretty complicated algorithm. It defines the key, a synth style, and a drum pattern out of the code, and every page is totally different. I decided to test out the Tekzilla.com page, and it definitely sounds very high-tech, much different than my personal site, VeronicaBelmont.com, which is a tad bit mellower, but still pretty cool. It's a very simple website, but you can also share your creations with your Facebook and Twitter friends. So if you want to have some acoustical fun, check out Code Organ today, and thanks to Amy for the suggestion. Time for the lightning round.
Woo-hoo.
Let's see how many questions we can answer in 5 minutes.
Jay writes in, what's the best system to start up with on a Core Duo system with XP Service Pack 2 pre-installed? Windows Vista or Windows 7? Thanks, JL in St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, I would say load it up with as much RAM as it can possibly hold and install Windows 7.
Works for me.
Brian writes in, I used to work on clustered computing systems for the LHC data clusters on the OSG. My professor at the time insisted on using SCSI hard drives because they were supposed to be the most dependable drives on the market. Is this still the case? I never see SCSI on any sites. Newegg only lists SATA and IDE. Has one of these taken over the SCSI's place as numero uno? Thanks, and love the show, Brian. Well, for everybody following at home, we just had somebody that worked on the Large Hadron Collider, the LHC data clusters for the Open Science Grid. That's the OSG. Ask us a tech question.
Woohoo!
which is pretty awesome.
I'm stoked. I, too, once swore by an all-SCSI computing environment, Brian, thanks to my fevered love for Mac around OS 7.5, which was in the early 90s. That said, while SCSI isn't dead, it's pretty fringe these days. The reliability and performance of SATA drives is pretty phenomenal. So, yeah, basically, SATA took over for IDE ATA or PATA, which is pretty much leaped ahead of SCSI. SCSI's effectively dead. I can hear the angry email coming.
Bling, bling, bling,
Yes.
bling. That's the sound of the emails dropping into our inbox. Bling, bling.
You, though, should definitely check out the Google Labs articles on failure trends in a large disk drive population, and remember always to back up, because he's working on a business thing. Next up, Jung mails in, my friend's Facebook got hacked. I don't want this to happen to me. Is there any way to prevent this? Oh, Jung.
Number one rule for not getting your Facebook defaced, never share your password with anyone.
Especially anyone you're dating.
Touché. And take the time to add a security question to your login. Number two, did we mention passwords? Use different passwords for pretty much every site you hang out on, and change them every couple of months. Password managers like KeePass, RoboForms, and Keychain on OS X make this a lot less painful. Number three, don't click on those weird phishing scam messages or any messages you get that you aren't positive are coming directly from Facebook. At least just go to facebook.com and enter in all your stuff that way if you don't trust the emails for whatever reason.
And you
It's
should
not
never
that hard
trust
to
emails.
do. You should never trust emails. I mean, I get my Facebook messages and I click on them to go like respond to a friend request and stuff. But if anything ever asks you for your password,
Facebook wants to know your password so they can elevate your account status.
just don't. It's probably something spoofing the look of Facebook just so they can get your login details, and it's not worth it. Number five, see some suspicious spam or cruft on your Facebook wall? Report it. Good luck, Young. This one's for Patrick. Rui from Portugal asks, do you know the website BidRivals.com? Is it safe or is it scam? Can you help me out with that? Online TV, it's the future of democracy content distribution. Go on making history. Thank you. Congratulations, Rui D in Portugal.
Rui's big on the online media distribution.
All right.
Apparently we are part of the democratization of media. Now, BidRivals never saw it before, went to it and went, oh my goodness, it's a Swoopo clone. They basically offer stuff for sale, you bid, and if you're the last bid, you win, which means incredible bargains, like epic discounts, right? Because you can see them right there at the top of the page. The timer's going and somebody's going to win that home theater system for like $2. Well, okay, look, neither one of them are scams, technically. Neither are the casinos in Vegas, Atlantic City, or countless other places across the United States. You just need to remember that the house always wins. There are two particularly brilliant things. Like if you're putting on your marketing hat and you're like, how can they make money no matter what people do? Swoopo and BidRival, whoever owns them, it's brilliant. One, you pay every time you bid. 70 cents a bid on BidRival, 60 cents a bid on Swoopo. And it's not like you get to bid, say, $1,000 for the HDTV. You bid, and the price of the object goes up by like 12 or 6 or a penny per bid, like cents, a few cents per bid. Mm-hmm. So if you see something for like $45 on there, it could have had like 4,500 bids times 60 or 70 cents each. So every time somebody bids towards the end of the auction, that's the other really cool trick, the countdown clock ratchets it back like 20 seconds or a minute or 30 seconds. So the more excited people get towards the end of an auction, the more money Swoopo or BidRivals makes, especially if there are hundreds or thousands of bids. Every bid makes them money. You paid a bid to bid it up like 2 cents. So even if you can get it cheap, they still make money.
They must be making a lot of money.
It's brilliant.
Wow.
It's awesome. So look,
why didn't I think of that?
It's even better. They offer something called a bid butler, or at least they used to on Swoopo, and so they're bots. The bots bid against each other until one runs out of bids, because you can like buy bids in bulk. Mm-hmm. So you can buy like 1,000 bids in bulk and run your bid butler, and it'll just keep hammering until it runs out of bids. So whoever has the most bids already pre-purchased is probably going to win.
Yeah.
So, you know, look, if
I think I'm going to avoid that one. Although it could be cheaper for some people than a good night in Vegas.
Yes, it could be a lot cheaper than a big night in Vegas. But yeah, I think they're fascinating. I have not yet. I'm just not registering for that one.
I don't need that kind of temptation.
70 cents a bid. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I mean, just think of the money that's. Oh, I hope they're making money.
I know. Why didn't we think of that?
Well, we didn't think of the lottery either.
That's true.
Coming up next, we got a couple viewer questions for you. But first, let's take a moment to thank one of our sponsors, GoDaddy.com. We're talking reliable, secure web hosting. Look, I've been using GoDaddy.com to manage my domains for years, but if you didn't know it, they have hosting plans. Bigger and better than ever, 99% uptime, free 24/7 support, and no annual commitment. So if you're kind of afraid of commitment, you can go month to month with the GoDaddy. And of course, GoDaddy.com offers private domain registration. So if you're you're like me and you don't want people showing up at your home, you can use private domain registration to hide your name, address, and phone number. This can be highly useful, not even nefarious at all. Now, we got a discount for you. If you use the code TEK13, TEK13, you're going to score 20% off a year, a 2-year, or 3 years of hosting. If that doesn't work for you, we have a ton of offers for you up at revision3.com/GoDaddy. Do me a favor, go check them out, and please support us by supporting our sponsors like GoDaddy and use those TEK codes so we get credit and we get paid and we can keep bringing the show to you. We got time for 2 more questions.
2 more questions.
2 more questions.
Arthur wants more info on Roger's legendary Hellboy laptop.
Ooh.
Is it custom? Is it a template I might be able to buy? I have been watching Tekzilla and the laptop has caught my attention multiple times. It's awesome and I want the design. Well, I too happen to have a customized laptop. Can you see it? Can you see it?
It's a bunny.
It's a bunny with headphones. Cozy and Dan designed this, and I got the laser etching done right here at Revision 3 when we had
It's
the laser
true.
etcher. Do we still have the laser etcher?
We do not. So the bunny may not be as manly, as burly, and all comic booky as Roger's Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense logo, but yes, they were both created by strapping the notebooks down in one of Universal Laser Systems' Versa laser boxes.
Yeah, and you really have to strap them down because it hurts a lot and the laptop tries to get away and you're like, no, just chill out. You slip it a few like coatings and it just like relaxes right out. Quaaludes. Yeah, it works great. It's a lot like feeding black and white art into a paint printer, except the printer in this case is a 60-watt computer-controlled laser.
Yeah, unfortunately, Versa lasers cost thousands of dollars, but there are companies online that offer laser etching services, or you might find a local trophy shop, or if you have any, like a tech shop or anybody, just you need to start searching around and see if anybody locally etches gears uses laser etching devices.
Yeah.
And you basically, you feed your art in there, they burn it onto the front of your
Or
computer.
if that's too much of a pain, you can always just go to Jelliskins and get a skin for your laptop cover that's totally cool and original. They keep adding new artists all the time.
We need to find one that let you do
Or
like
get a
completely-
Tekzilla one. Do we have them for laptops?
I don't think we have them for laptops.
We have a store on Revision 3, and we do sell the Jelliskins for the iPhone, so you can at least do that.
That while a worthy thing, and I think everyone should go out and buy one today, it's still not a Hellboy decal. I think we have a Hellboy fan here.
That's true.
You can always do a stencil and spray paint it.
Yeah.
I'm just.
We're coming up with great ways
I hear
to
Arthur
void your
wailing in the
warranty.
background.
Which, by the way, it does. Void your warranty.
Extremely.
Yeah.
And it smells
should just know
burning
that.
for a few days afterwards.
Yeah.
Hey, we've talked a lot about microphones, but we've never really talked about mic placement, which brings up Don's question. He says, you just had a segment on USB microphones.
We
you have a
did.
simple and inexpensive solution for recording a panel discussion. When we record using the Snowball microphone, it doesn't always pick up the people on the ends very well. Thanks, Don, University of Nebraska at Kearney.
Yes, well, it is kind of a pain in the arse, but it is very critical.
Mic placement.
Yes,
Mic-
it's
yeah.
both those things.
Well-
Yeah. If you're going to do a panel, I mean, optimally, this is your microphone. It would be good to have a microphone for each panelist. That would probably be
And
the
the panelist
best,
over here.
the best decision. But hanging a microphone is also a good way to kind of get that sound, especially if you have an omnidirectional microphone. But then there's always the issue that you're going to pick up audience noise, especially if it's a big room and there's people
Right.
chattering in the background.
Quiet, all of you.
Yeah, you could, I don't know, move it away from the group a little
What if
bit
you
to
put
pick up the
everybody in a
voices.
circle
You
around
could do
it?
a circle.
Which isn't so,
Yeah.
I mean, that could be really bad for panels if like 3 of the people on the panel, their back are facing the audience. Unless they're really shy, they might like that.
Right, because there's different, because the different directional microphones, omnidirectional is probably best because it'll pick up sound from all around. A bidirectional microphone would be bad because it would just be pointing
Right.
on opposite sides and you'd miss everyone in the middle.
I've seen in some cases where they've sort of arced they've basically sat everybody in chairs, sort of a semicircle around the microphone, which still has them facing the audience, but they still hit the microphone. But ideally, I mean, you're right. You have a microphone in front of each panelist. You tell them to keep their face this far away and
Right.
to talk at the microphone. Because the worst is when people are like talking to someone back there and the microphone gets a really good sound at their chest.
Or they sit back the whole time and you don't hear anything.
Yeah, hear whoa, whoa, whoa,
But it's not that hard if you
whoa.
just get a little mixer and get all the XLRs into the same spot and then route that audio into one thing. You should be able to manage it pretty well
So it
for
needs
not
like
too
a
much money.
6-channel USB microphone mixer.
Is it getting too complicated now?
Well, it's starting to get, well, at this point, we get back to our classic. You need a 6 Shure SM58s, a mixer, and feed that into your computer.
Yeah, the SM58s are probably just perfect for that kind of scenario. So, And you can drop them and break them, and it won't set you back hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
And you know what? They're much, much more durable than the screen on an iPhone.
Yes,
Yes.
that is absolutely true.
You know what else is
As
true?
we've seen.
Everybody likes to laugh. And we have a way to make you laugh even more. We have a new and improved weekly roundup of stand-up comedy. It's called Raffle. It's new because we got a new host on the show, talented comedian Alex Cole. He's going to guide you every week through the comedy gauntlet of basically funny stuff. You can catch it every Monday at revision3.com/raffle, and it's worth your time, at least if you enjoy laughter. If you enjoy pain and suffering, this will not help you. For everybody watching, we live on your questions, so email us, Tekzilla at revision3.com. Check out product reviews, how-dos, you ask us, and we'll do it. But we need your emails. So don't be shy, send them in to Tekzilla at revision3.com.
Even better, send us in a video question. Think of all the fun you can have and the admiration of all your friends and family when they see your mug on our show. Just keep it to 15 seconds, upload it to YouTube, and send us a link in an email with video question in the subject line. And as always, you can visit our forums at revision3.com/forum. Share your thoughts, ideas, or comments with other fans of the show. Thank you guys so much for watching.
I'm Patrick Norton.
I'm Veronica Belmont.
And until next time, you've been watching Tekzilla.
If it gets shaken around, if it gets shaken around, it'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen to it.
Shooken. Oh my goodness. I like
Shooken.
that. I shooken my iPod. I shooken my iPhone screen. I broken my iPhone. Oh, bust. Restart. Sorry.
Oh.
Gross. It's like Pat from Saturday Night Live. It's Pat.
I don't. Oh.
2 hands.
Oh.